Fellow Sierra Leoneans, me name na Mohamed C, the 2023 presidential candidate of the NDA party of Sierra Leone. I've been secured the third place on the last June 24, 2023 presidential election. So I choose for address una in Creole because communication is effective if you can speak a language where everyone they understand. The current Prime Minister of Senegal, Honorable Ousmane Sonko, been stuck to the young Senegalese people through in common dialect of Wolof for express in vision for Senegal. Other notable and prominent African leaders them we don't do the same include Nelson Mandela of South Africa. We spoke in Xhosa dialect. Julius Nyerere spoke in Swahili. And even Cyril Ramaphosa, president of South Africa, they always speak to the South African people in Venda. Each one of them doing so for connect with their communities and people on a deeper level. So today, I say to una kushe, una kabo, my beautiful people. I want to talk to una about the economic state of our country and the need for that we come together as common citizens for fight against xenophobia and ethnic discrimination in Sierra Leone. As peaceful Sierra Leoneans, we must always reject every form of hateful sentiments where they target we ethnicity, we regions, and with social affiliation. All of us must forge a united alliance of peace and love from every citizen and remind each one of us that out of many, we all now one. An indivisible country within diverse people who get a rich culture and a rich history that is the envy of the world. For with democracy, the rule of law, and we national cohesion, for they flourish, we all need for hold hands together. Stand shoulder to shoulder for defeat the ugly head of massive social injustice and economic deprivation of our citizens. We continue to face these dangerous challenges created by some politicians. They not care for bring us together, for help, for secure a more safer and a more prosperous Sierra Leone. Instead, then they see we as pockets of distinct ethnic groups where they can use any time where they want as a ping pong for only satisfy them political agenda. When they realize that they don't fail you, the people, then they deploy then old political tactics of the 60s and 70s by dividing us in this name of ethnicity. Because they want to consolidate their power, they want to engage in this politics of revenge, or they even want to create social unrest for make them achieve their self-serving personal ambition. But we know say that not going to happen. Justice is on our side, and I believe the people of Sierra Leone will always prevail. So, to una, the young people them, I want to ask una a question. When will you choose new leaders of good ethical and moral conscience over these ethnic identity politics? When will you choose new leaders based on the foundation of them moral characters, then deeper and patriotic vision for Sierra Leone? This is not the mental, social, and psychological dilemma of we age. This is the struggle and the burden each and every Sierra Leonean they face today, we they grapple with today. So recently, I done read more about the economic outlook from the World Bank, IMF, and our own finance ministries on their budget statement about the economy. But what's in so common is the economy they fail, and the average Sierra Leonean they find them very, very difficult to survive. Little is being done for help for address these uncontrolled prices them, higher inflation on goods, and the continuous devaluation of the leones, and even no jobs and hope for the young people. So how we go continue this long tradition, this old mindset and behavior of always say we the finance with government expenditures through donor driven dollars? A 253 million extended credit facilities from IMF. The MCC compact agreement of 480 million to support the energy sector. The $800 million in pledges from the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. The 90 million euros from the European Union. And even $200 million from the African Development Bank. So, how can we bring in a revenue of 7.5 billion leones, which is 4.5% of GDP? Of that, only 567.6 million leones of mining royalties and license are being paid as a revenue, when mining revenue in total, now about $490 million, almost $500 million. Something is wrong when the mining companies they make exorbitant money and profit, and only a fraction of that money is being received by government. This means they engage in bad mining deals where they only benefit investors and not our sovereign country. So let me look at our national expenditures. for 2024. It amounts to 11.8 billion Leone's 7.2% of our GDP. We dey spend way too much money than we dey get. About 4.3 billion Leones more. We dey use this domestic financing for pay for them IMF and World Bank loans they are with high interest rates. We can even pay for 6 ministries, domestic ministries combined. This is not a problem. We are physically irresponsible and we lack the discipline for control this unnecessary spending, such as excessive overseas travels by government officials, including the president. We have this bloated wage bill where they eat up with revenues and they increase with expenditures. We dey na the wrong path, fellow Sierra Leoneans, and that is why we economy not dey grow, they create jobs for we citizens. Today, I want to look at a specific program where they call the Fiscal program in 2024. The Ministry of Finance claims they don't reduce the importation of basic food items by 16%. 34% decrease in onions. 13% then say reduction in chicken import. And 25% decrease in egg import. So if that's the case, there is no economic justification why a bag of rice today is more than 1 million Leone. And why is it so many of our citizens and they go to bed hungry every day? So how can we measure success? Or what are the metrics for proof say the $7.9 million World Bank funding on food system resiliency project for rice, cassava, and livestock value chain, they impact the lives of the ordinary Sierra Leonean? What about the EU and the UNDP finance project of $10 million for provide interest-free loans and life insurance product for protect farmers, including $2 million from the Islamic Development Bank for rice value chains? And where is the landmark and the record of the distribution of machinery to 200 rice mills across the country? We get 200 rice mills across the country, 142 rice threshers, 144 combined harvesters, and 3 landing craft to farmers. Where is the distribution of 20 metric tons of foundation seeds to certified rice growers? Government accountability and the need for transparency now very important pillars for the survival of our democracy and for the survival of our people. Otherwise, waste, greed, and corruption go rob we country the opportunities them for achieve we fullest potentials. We just they play this hide and seek with our citizens and our international donor partners, giving them the impression that we economy to grow. I want to look at investment in the energy sector and what in we government don't they do. According to them 2025 budget, then say direct subsidies increase to about 1.3 billion leones in 2024. But operational and financial performance are the major problems. This is what in me call corruption and the lack of proper management of our resources. The insufficient funds from EDSA revenues for pay the independent power providers, IPPs, like Kapower, the Turkish energy provider. Now the primary reason why electricity is sporadic and unstable na saloon. Installing smart meter readers and performing proper financial accountability go help for pay for these subsidies where government they provide to EDSA, and correspondingly able for pay the international power, independent power providers them. It is that simple. Only if EDSA they practice the principles of honesty, transparency, and accountability. To be honest, we budget statement is more about what in government plan for do and more about what in donors them plan for GUI and less about sustained development report and what in me call an observational result, something tangible, something where you see with your naked eyes. So fellow Sierra Leoneans, my first New Year message is we get for hold, we leaders them accountable and be fearless in demanding answers from them. When then they fail for meet, we collective expectations. We have to do that. This government, fellow Sierra Leoneans, need for adopt a fiscally consolidated effort by enhancing more revenues from the mining sector, more agricultural exports for cash foreign reserve, and direct investment for create jobs. The need for control these excessive expenditures on overseas travels, reduce these too many people in government. We need 15 ministries, not 36, because they are all a duplicate, unnecessary positions. We need for strengthening the energy sector by improving technical and financial performances of EDSA. We need for attract more private investors for able for grow the economy. Improve the debt management structure, tighten with monetary policies so that we go reduce inflation and create more job opportunities for we fellow citizens. This is what in this government needs for do. This is the way forward. But we not go able for achieve national growth, fellow Sierra Leoneans, without a sustainable energy sector. That's a fact. Where we get a stable and uninterrupted 24-hour electricity. So the need for financial accountability and transparency in the management of electricity revenue need for be the order of the day. We need for increased revenues from electricity customers, from small and medium businesses, and help for reduce government subsidies so that we go able free up the money then they and pay for other government funded projects. My second New Year message is the importance of protecting the liberty and the individual human rights of our citizens. I make reference to the recent unprofessional conduct of our Sierra Leone police on December 16, 2024, in which a particular ethnic group were targeted and arrested following the deportation of some Sierra Leoneans from neighboring Guinea. This act is not only shameful and very un-Sierra Leonean, it been malicious, it been hateful and unconscionable. We no go allow anyone for appeal to our darker past of ethnic profiling and discrimination solely for destabilize our national unity and our national cohesion, including the collective security of our state. That is unacceptable. So once again, I condemn this primitive ethnic posturing that single out a particular ethnic group who, like many Sierra Leoneans, are known to be industrious, faith-based, peaceful, and law-abiding. To our neighboring country, Guinea, the action of President Mohamed Doumbouya in deporting some Sierra Leoneans from Guinea on December 10, 2024 was a serious affront to every international diplomatic protocol. While it deserved the right for remove any person or persons who contravene the constitutional norms and orders of in country, if we do so by respecting democratic guidance and protocols of nations. If we're able to collaborate with our Sierra Leonean embassy in Guinea for carry out such deportation proceedings and actions. But President Mohamed Doumbouya demonstrated in this instance a poor judgment and a total lack of respect for the people of Sierra Leone. Removing the deportees for whatever his reasons and dumping them at the Parmalab border without the consent and the involvement of our government exposes in lack of understanding about international diplomatic norms. It is totally unacceptable. Him, like the Sierra Leone police, all them directly responsible for the humiliation and embarrassment perpetrated against our law-abiding citizens who happens to be one of our ethnic groups in Sierra Leone. This targeted group and the entire people of Sierra Leone deserve not only a diplomatic envoy, but a public apology from President Doumbouya. The visit of the Guinean foreign minister will come too late and offer too little for prevent an escalatory situation we could have possibly get out of hand and destabilize the region. So fellow Sierra Leoneans, we fight for be about protecting the civil rights and individual liberties of all Sierra Leoneans and respecting our neighboring countries, loving each other's diversity and also accept each other's unique contribution to our beloved Sierra Leone. What make we Sierra Leoneans are more important than what makes us an ethnic groups. Only politicians them way then don't run out of ideas and have failed for provide the strategic leadership for improve the lives of citizens can use the tools of ethnic discrimination for score cheap political points. What the people of Sierra Leone need now, not to division and the politics of tribe and hate, but na clean drinking water, a better school for them picking them, frequent electricity for them businesses and then household, peace and security, a good medical system, and income for support their family. This is what the ordinary Sierra Leonean want. So finally, the resiliency of the people of Sierra Leone is something way is unexplainable. We don't see so many boss, so many adversities. But every time we come through because of we unwavering faith in the goodness of we mighty God. We don't lift we eyes and raise our heart to we heavenly God. And through his presence, we don't continue for seek sustenance, guidance, and consolation. And we will continue to prevail because of we believe in what God can do and in miracles them in the middle of every single struggle that we experience. So as we leap into the new year, as we look forward into the future, let we continue to endure with greater determination. Let's continue for keep the faith. Let's continue for love each other, not by this consciousness of ethnicity, but by the identity of a nationality. By we collective pursuit that we all have something that can never separate us. And that is we natural endowment of being a Sierra Leonean. That is a promise we, each and every one of us, for keep. This is not the greatest asset what we get. This now we hope for the future as we enter into the new year. So let me take this opportunity to wish you all a happy and a prosperous 2025 in advance, full of joy, hope, faith, happiness, and good health. May God continue to bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Thank you.